day the fire alarm went off in the building when she was taking her nap. It was so loud that I immediately ran into the room thinking, oh my God, this is going to scare her. You know, she's going to be awake. But she was sound asleep. So she technically wasn't diagnosed until she was 2 years old. And then when she had her 2-year checkup, our pediatrician was not in. So there was basically a substitute pediatrician. And she's like, she's not making these sounds. She's not babbling. She's not, you know, saying mama, dada. Okay, no. She's like, you need to get her hearing checked.
Imagine you're a parent and you have a brand new baby, and that baby is identified as being deaf or hard of hearing. And today, with universal newborn hearing screenings, babies are being identified within days of birth, at 1 week of birth. So you have a 1-week-old baby and somebody tells you your baby's deaf. What does a parent do? They might not know what to do at all. Many times, most of the time, that baby is the first deaf person they've ever met. So where our project comes in is within a week or within a month, the family will get a phone call from another family who's raising a deaf or hard of hearing child.
She was a parent of a deaf boy who was much older than my daughter. I think at the time he was maybe 6 or 7. So she had gone through the process, and she became basically my lifesaver.
People are very set on providing auditory access to deaf and hard of hearing children, or providing only signed language to deaf or hard of hearing children. So there's always kind of been this polarization of, should you teach your baby to talk and listen, get a cochlear implant, and assimilate into the hearing world, or should you teach them signed language?
We encourage families to do everything, to try everything, and to really, in many ways, I think we're giving parents the permission to follow their gut. Nationally, nobody else is really doing that. You'll get people that will respect whatever choice you make, but they encourage you to make a choice. They encourage you to commit to one way and stick with that. And having another parent give me the permission to just let go and follow my child and sort of raise them based off of her own personality and what works for her, that kind of advice was just invaluable. And so that's definitely what we do with Deaf Project. And it is unique. It is unique, I think, most definitely nationally, it is unique.
Learning from a book is very different because it doesn't come as natural, because it's a whole different language that you're not natural at it if you've never been exposed to it.
I completely agree. I mean, I think, you know, the first thought is you freak out and you go, okay, you know, how am I going to talk to her? What am I going to say? How do I be a dad in a completely different language, culture, understanding, and have her feel connected? And, you know, like Heidi said, I mean, this class is, I mean, Stephanie's amazing, and everybody who, you know, we meet really helps support and work through with you. And I think that's more than anything kind of the culture of the people that you're associated with, who are all going through the same process with you. It just makes it so much easier.
Having access to other families is helpful. It's encouraging. It's kind of, you know, it's a bit of a support group when you get a chance to chat with some of them, to work through certain things. There's another family's child just recently had a cochlear implant, so we're just able to talk through some of that stuff. Also, it's encouraging as we're learning the mechanics of sign language. We don't feel so bad at it when the simplest things other people like, no, left hand, right hand, no, is it up, inside, out, which way? And then you realize you're not the only one that's not getting it right away.
So that was definitely a misconception that I had, or that, you know, that deaf people wouldn't enjoy life as much as we hearing people might. And she has certainly blown every misconception that I have had out of the water. As a whole, we hearing people think if you can't hear, you're missing out on a whole lot. And it's just fascinating to be able to look at life from a different perspective, you know, when you have a deaf child.